Buona Natale, Feliz Navidad. I'm Nonna Maggie. Welcome to episode 6 of the Nonnas of Stonecreek. Nonna Mary Ellen, my partner, is taking some time off due to some health concerns. In the meantime, I'm going to have guest Nonnas. Mary Ellen will be back at some point. You can't keep a good Nonna out of the kitchen. So today, December 19th, my first guest Nonno is my sweet husband, Alan. He will be making spaghetti bolognese, and I'm doing tiramisu. So, Alan, let's have a salute. We always begin an Italian dinner with a toast. Salute.
Salute.
Chin chin. Welcome to the Nonnas of Stonecreek.
Growing up in Brooklyn and the Bronx, our lives revolved around Sunday dinners with our families and our church.
Now we're back. Thank you for joining us. Take it away, Alan. Tell them about your spaghetti bolognese.
Okay, today I'm making a spaghetti bolognese. I got this recipe from my mother. She's used it for many years in the past. And when I was growing up, we always liked to have our spaghetti at least once a week. So I'm going to go through the process and show you each ingredient and how we use each ingredient and what the quantity of each ingredient is as we cook. Okay, right now I have 3 Italian sausages in here, the mild Italian, and I have sliced them and I'm starting to brown them in the pan. Okay, once I get those brown, and I started these a little bit earlier so we would have a little bit of a head start, then I'm going to add in, okay, right now I'm adding in a half of a large onion. I'll stir that in for a moment. Next I'll do a half of a green pepper. I'm going to get this sizzling a little bit before we go on.
In the meantime, I wanted to tell you the history of spaghetti bolognese. It dates back to 1891. It came from a northeastern part of Italy called Bologna. And it was a great favorite at the time, but they called it like a rich meat stew. They used to put pancetta in it, milk. It was a lot different. Today, we are doing it with ground sirloin, ground pork, sausage, salsiccia, and beef and tomatoes, making it a little different. The Italian immigrants brought it into America right back in probably the 1960s, even though it originated in Bologna in 1891. It's a ragu, and what Alan's doing right now with the marinating of the oil with the onions and the celery and the peppers, it's called the soffritto. That's the heart, the soul of the spaghetti bolognese.
Okay, now I'm going to add the celery in, and we need to get the ground meat and the ground sausage out of the fridge, so we'll have it ready for us. Well, I'm stirring in the celery with the meat and the onion and the bell pepper. Let that caramelize just a little bit before we continue on. Now, next I'll be adding 2 3.8 cups of black olives, already sliced, and another 4.5 ounce can of chopped black olives. The black olives give it a really nice nutty flavor and really add to the aroma too at the same time. Okay, so let me get this sizzling just a little more. Maybe Maggie has a joke or something.
Yeah,
to tell.
so what do you call Santa when he takes a break? A Santa pause. What do gingerbread men use when they break their legs? Candy canes. Why is everyone thirsty at the North Pole? No well. Those are my jokes for right now. Stay tuned. I got a lot more.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna add in the olives, the sliced and the crushed.
Here are the sliced. He said 2 3/8-ounce cans. Here is the chopped. It's a 4.5-ounce can. So we got those two out of the way. It's a one-pot meal. Now, it's traditionally served with tagliatelle pasta, but my husband prefers thin pasta. I prefer rigatoni. You could put any pasta you want. But today we're going to do the thin pasta. So what's next?
Okay. Well, first I'm going to put in 2 cans of diced tomatoes. Petite diced tomatoes. They're 14.5 ounces per can.
Okay, so he uses petite diced cans of
And we're going to stir this mixture all
Tomatoes.
together. I'm going to let these tomatoes cook for just a little bit before I add the sauce in,
right.
because it's hard to break down tomatoes in a short time. You have to let them simmer for a little bit.
And then you have the seasoning and the meat.
Yeah.
He
and
uses
the sauce. But I
he
don't-
uses 1 pound of ground sirloin and 1 pound of ground pork. Now he already had 3 medium sausage links in there.
Yeah, and I took the casings off and I sliced them small, so
Exa-
they'd mix in with the spaghetti sauce, and then that gives you some consistency into your sauce. Okay, so right now I'm waiting for the tomatoes to get a little bit more done before I add anything.
We still got the chicken broth, and you wanted to put some red wine, you said.
Yeah,
How much red wine?
a quarter of a cup.
Quarter of a cup, okay.
So that mixture's looking really nice now. I'm going to go ahead and throw the seasoning in before I add anything else. So the seasoning consists of 2 tablespoons of I can't read your writing. Sorry.
Here, I'll read it for you.
Okay,
Okay.
you read the writing.
The seasoning is 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning,
Okay.
2 dashes of ground red pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon of chili powder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what's in this little thing here.
So, Alan, tell them a little bit about yourself. And this is my husband. We're going to be married 7 years in March. We both lost our spouses in 2014. And we met each other here in Stonecreek. Thank God. It's not fun to be all alone in life, and we have each other. But tell them about how
Okay.
you got to cooking.
Okay, well, I grew up in Jacksonville, and when I got into the 7th grade, both my parents were working, because my mother had to go back to work. And so I would go shopping with my dad every week at the grocery store, and whatever he bought at the store, I would learn how to cook. So I would cook chickens or beef, pork, anything he'd bring home, and I would have dinner on the table when they got home after work every day.
And you were only 12 years old.
Yeah, I was 12 years old. So I started that when I was 12, did that through high school, and that's how I learned how to cook. Plus, my mother showed me how to make her spaghetti, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Alan's a great cook. I'm Italian. He's my little Florida cracker. But he's a really good cook, and his spaghetti bolognese is one of the best I've ever had. I grew up Sicilian, I've been to Italy, and this is like the best. You're all going to enjoy it. And like I said, back in the day, they used to make it with pancetta and a cream, and now he does it different with the tomatoes and the beef and the pork, but it's delicious. I love it.
You got the wine.
One of
Now,
my favorite meals that Alan makes.
I'm going to add in the quarter cup of red wine. And that's up to a good boil right now.
Now we have a prepared pot, and then this is the pot that he's cooking for us.
And the reason we have the prepared pot is because you have to cook this on simmer for several hours, and then you want to leave it in the refrigerator overnight, and the tomato sauce soaks into everything, the meat and everything, and makes it taste much better the next day than it did the first day. So we have a prepared pot sitting in the middle, in the back, and I'm going to continue to do this pot. Now I'm going to add the ground pork, and then I'm going to add the ground beef, and I'm not going to cook it before. It's going to cook in the sauce, and the flavor's all going to go into the meat as it goes into the sauce. And I just washed my hands a few minutes ago before we started. So I just crumble it up and put it in there. Turn that down. I did.
Let me take that off here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just crumble the meat.
Why shouldn't you loan money to the elves? They're very short. What did the bald man say when he got a comb for Christmas? I'll never part with it. What kind of money do elves use? Jingle bells. How do you like those? Kind of goofy, but they're funny.
Okay.
Next thing we're going to talk about after Alan's got that going is the tiramisu. And I have 4 sisters. I'm number 4, and there's one younger than me. But the number 2 sister, Joanne, this is her recipe, and it's phenomenal, I have to say. I love it. So after Alan has his whole thing going, I'll talk about the tiramisu, and then we will get our taste testers in here to taste our wonderful Bolognese. And it's funny, when you're married to a Florida cracker, he says, spaghetti bolognese. Italians say, bolognese.
I just say spaghetti.
He says spaghetti. And I say rigatoni, but he doesn't listen. He likes the spaghetti. And then he gets the spaghetti, and it's like crucifying me. He cuts it all up in little pieces. How do you, and you eat it with a spoon.
No,
You're supposed to take the fork and twirl it. It's okay. I still love him anyway. But how you doing over there?
Yeah, we got almost all the ground meat in.
Okay.
And then
Good.
once I do that, I'm going to add the chicken broth
Okay. And
and stir really well and put
one box, 32 ounces of chicken broth he puts in. That's the final thing for this wonderful.
And I don't add salt because the chicken broth has salt in it.
And plus the salsiccia has salt.
Yeah, and the sausage also has salt.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't need any salt in it. So tastes like it's seasoned very well.
Now, we already cooked the pasta, and I've given my secret how to cook the pasta in episode 3. You boil the water, you put a little oil, a little salt. When the water boils, you put the pasta in, you turn it off. It never gets mushy. So that pasta is probably done by now. And are you ready to just let that?
Yeah, I'm going to put the
Your
chicken
cover?
broth.
Oh, okay, here. I'll take the cap off and give it to you.
Then I'll put the lid on the pot.
Yeah, I'll let you finish that. And then we'll talk about this. So, tiramisu is quite an interesting dessert, a dolce. So, we'll explain all this. It's delicioso. You're going to love it. And my taste testers had it. They were here for dinner Monday night, so they know all about it. But I got a secret that they didn't know when I did some research on it. Now, their little sister isn't here, so I could tell the true story about the tiramisu. So, okay, you ready to?
Go ahead and talk about the tiramisu.
Okay.
That'll be good. That'll be
All
good.
right, so I told you this is my sister Joanne's recipe. It's a foolproof recipe. It's delicious. It's wonderful. But the history is, I've got to tell you a little bit of the history here. It's called a pick-me-up. So if anybody knows what a pick-me-up means, it means it's something that gets you going, gives you energy. So I guess it came to light in the 1960s and the 1970s, but it was famous in the brothels. They used to give this to the men that went there after they were with the woman, and gave them energy. So then when they went home, they could take care of their wives. Funny story. I don't know if it's true. But the key ingredients are ladyfingers, mascarpone, and coffee. So what I did was I separated 3 eggs. The eggs, the whites, and the yolks. Beat the whites until they were stiff. Beat the eggs with 6 tablespoons of sugar. And then I added 2 tubs of this mascarpone. And the mascarpone is 8 ounces. I did 2 tubs, that's 16 ounces. After you beat the yellow egg yolks, then you add this and the sugar. Then you already have beaten the whites until they're stiff. You fold them in. Then I made 2 cups of espresso coffee. I put in a 1/3 cup of Kahlua alcohol. Then this, you take these little biscottis. It's biscotti Savourati Ladyfingers. There's 2 packs in here. So I took the biscotti, dipped it in the coffee, lined it up in a dish. Once you take the other stuff, the egg and the, mascarpone, you lay a layer, and then you put a layer of chocolate mini morsels. And then you repeat until it's done. It doesn't need to be baked. You just refrigerate it, and it's done. The colder it is, the better. And you have a wonderful, delicious dessert. And this is the biscotti tiramisu. And that's it. And this is the secret. You have to, and I find these at Publix. So it's awesome. So that's that story. And everybody seems to love it, so we'll see. Okay. So, Alan, how are you doing with yours?
I'm finished with mine. We can plate the prepared pasta and
Okay, so strain it, and we get the taste testers to come here in a minute. We'll introduce them. I'll put this over here. What is the name of Santa's dog? Santa Paws. That's my last joke. I'm done. Sorry to bore you, but part of what we do is we educate, we demonstrate, and then we manja, we eat.
notice how I pour this in. I do this so you don't get the heat up your arms when you drain it.
Excellent.
If you're Italian or just wish you were, my novel, The Love Letter Ghost, is the book for you. The story takes place on Long Island, New York, when Angie suddenly breaks her engagement and her Italian grandfather hatches a scheme to reunite the couple. The pasta hits the fan when his plan backfires, while a mysterious ghost magically writes love letters to Angie. A fun, fast read you won't put down until the identity of the ghost is revealed. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Goodreads, Kobo, and Apple Books.
I would like to introduce you at this time to my 2 special friends from Alicante, Spain. I have Cruz Arrea and Andreas Arrea. And these are my 2 special tasters. And they came today to visit us from their Nonna's house just to taste these delicacies. Okay, so give these 2. And then we'll put a little bit of the sauce on it. Oh, I got to get the cheese out. You can't have it without cheese. Mamma mia. You need cheese.
You use pecorino romano.
Yes. cheese. So, boys, you met Nonna Maggie. What do you think? You've been to dinner at my house Monday night. You had an Italian feast, and now you're here as my taste tester. Tell them what you think.
Nonna Maggie is definitely the best Nonna
Aw,
of Stonecreek, along with my Nonna, of course.
of course.
Don't tell her I said that. But yeah, her cooking's the best, and Alan is also my favorite Nono, along with my Nono. And yeah, and it's just, her house is the best, and it's amazing, and she's an amazing person to be around.
Aw, thank you, Cruz. What about you, Andreas? What do you got to say about the price of eggs?
Yeah,
You want cheese?
Everything Nonna Maggie makes is the best. And also, I've never tried Alan's bolognese, and I'm very excited to try it.
Okay. Enjoy, manja. And if you need more sauce, we got plenty. But I want you to enjoy. It's going to be hot, so be careful.
Ooh, it is hot.
Did you ever have bolognese before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom cooks it probably once a week, maybe 2 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she do all the same thing with the...
No, but she uses tomato sauce.
Yeah.
So like she makes it with the cherry tomatoes.
Oh, yummy.
You cook them in the pan.
Yeah.
Until they become a sauce.
Yeah.
And then you put whatever like seasoning inside or whatever, and you cook sirloin beef.
Sirloin, wow. Well, we did ground sirloin, yeah.
We use ground sirloin.
Yeah.
And then you cook it, and it's like not fully ground.
Oh, it still has some meat
It's
to it.
still like, yeah, it's still. So then you have to like separate it at least.
Oh.
And then you put it into the sauce,
Wow.
and you just serve it with whatever type of pasta you want. I prefer rigatoni.
Oh, see? Oh, you're my man. What, do you think you're going to learn all your mama's recipes? And
Definitely. I
good.
already know most of them.
Andreas, what do you think?
It's very, very good. Credits to the chef.
Ah, good.
But I've never had a pasta with like olives and all this other stuff. We usually just use it like plain with everything else, salt and stuff like that.
What do you think of that?
It's very
I
good.
think it's amazing.
Ah,
It's very hot though.
good. Oh, it is hot. Well, take your time and enjoy. And we're glad that you are all here to join us with our special guest, Nonna, my sweet husband, Alan, and his wonderful spaghetti bolognese, tiramisu. We hope to join us again. And like Mary Ellen used to always say, you are what you eat, so make it good. Feliz Navidad, Buona Natale. From our home to yours, enjoy, and Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you, and keep following us on Facebook, and please subscribe to us on YouTube. Salute, chin chin. Thank you guys for joining us.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook.